We're headed into Dollar Tree to make some fall DIYs. Let's go. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Courtney. I've grabbed some awesome items from Dollar Tree. Let's make some really fun fall DIYs. Let's get crafting. For this DIY, you need to grab 2 items, a cloche and a candlestick. Now, you guys love the little mini pumpkin scene, the light up scene that I did. I just want to let you know I'm working on a Christmas version. I can't wait to show that to you in a couple of weeks, of course. So the first thing I did was take the bottom of the cloche and the candlestick, and I took them outside and spray painted them with some of this hammered copper orangey colored spray paint. Taking some Dollar Tree pumpkins that I had in my stash. I absolutely love these. They had them last year. I'm hoping they have them again this year. They kind of give off watercolor vibes. I grabbed the green one, the darker orange, and the lighter orange. Pulled off the stems on the green and the darker orange one and hot glued those together, and then the light orange left the stem and glued that on there. Now, if you are a detail person like I am, you definitely could go in and add a few more little details, maybe a little coil curly Q at the top, maybe a tiny leaf at the top of the pumpkin. But all I did was just add some moss around the edge. I did hot glue it directly to the base of the cloche. Now, I was going to feed some fairy lights through this. The bottom of the cloche had a tiny little hole that fairy lights would fit through, and that's why my candlestick was upside down, but the fairy lights that I ordered didn't come in time that would fit inside the candlestick hole, so I just opted not to do the lights. But you certainly could. You could also just leave the base of your candlestick a more neutral color, maybe white, maybe black, and then just customize the different seasons and have a couple different ones that you can just pop on that candlestick. It fits perfectly, and I love how it turned out. For this DIY, you need one of these signs. They have them in all different styles. I have a ton of these, and what's really neat about this idea is kind of where I was going with the thought process is decided I wanted to cut like a little house out of this and make a fall house, and I realized that with one of these signs you could probably make 3 houses, and you could do a couple different things. You could make a little fall village, or each year, if you wanted to, you could make a new addition to your little village. But I also thought this would be great for people that want to do a Christmas village but want to do it on a budget. You certainly could cut out several different little houses and make your own village. So keep that in mind at Christmas time as well. This will work for any season, really. So for this, I have this set of these little fairy doors and windows that I bought on Amazon either last year or the year before. Everything you see in today's video will be linked down below in the description box. So if you're curious in this is a great little set to buy. It came with all this stuff. I've used a bunch of it already. So the first thing I needed to do was just kind of measure out and figure out what door and windows I wanted to use. And once I did that, I marked the sides for the height, and then I just found the middle of the board to find the top of my roof. And then using my hobby knife, I scored it really, really well. And then towards the end there, I just went ahead and snapped it to make it break off. For the door and the windows, I decided to stain them with some brown wax, and I set them aside to dry. Once they were dry, I attached them to the house with some hot glue, and then I went on the debate, like, do I need a doorknob? So I grabbed a tiny wooden bead, was getting my miter shears, and all I could think was, I'm about to cut my finger off. So I opted not to do a doorknob on this and just move on from that. Then I grabbed a bunch of my Dollar Tree florals, and I wanted to make my own little wreath to put on the door. Some of these look like little mini pine cones, so I just kind of pieced it together using hot glue, picking some little florals here and there, got it all assembled, and then I hot glued that to the door. To finish off the wreath, I took some orange raffia, tied a bow, and I hot glued it on there. And then I wanted the windows to look like it had little window planters, so I took these little, I don't know, beady corn looking things from Dollar Tree, and I cut the tips off of them, and I just glued those directly to the windows. Then I was ready to put this on a stand, and so that the house would stand up, I took some tumbling tower blocks that I have had stained, and I hot glue a couple of those to the back of the house. For the roof, I am using wood shims because I have a lifetime supply of them from the wood shim video that I did like a while back. I will link that video down below if you want to know all the different things you can do with wood shims. I cut off the tips of these, and then I hot glued the point of them together, and then hot glued it directly onto the house so that it overhung kind of on the back of the house and the front of the house as well. To finish off the front of the house, I grabbed some of these pumpkin picks. Their stems are always so long, so I trimmed those off, and then I did take a brown marker and just kind of color on the pumpkin stems, then glued a couple on one side, a couple on the other, just using hot glue, gluing it directly to the house. The finishing touch with this was kind of at the top. It just was such an open space. I decided to make a little pennant banner using some fabric. This fabric came from Hobby Lobby. That is usually my choice of where I buy fabric. I cut a couple triangles, glued it to some twine, and just hot glued that directly to the house. And like I said, you could do a whole fall little village. I mean, you could get creative and do like a general store and I don't know, you could just get super creative. And again, you could do this for Christmas as well. Please let me know if you decide to make a little village. I would love to see it. In my last fall video that I will also link it down below in case you haven't seen it, I did a what I'm grateful for box, this little kind of keepsake box. This is another variation of this. This is going to be an I am thankful for, but you could definitely also do it for the week of Valentine's Day, and it could be I love you because. So a lot of different variations for this. Picked up this little mason jar sign from Dollar Tree, popped off the raffia bow that was on there, and guess what I did? I grabbed some orange, brown, and then that cream colored raffia and tied another bow and put it on there. I did want it to have fall vibes, so just did that and attached that bow. From there, I grabbed a paint marker and I just hand wrote I am thankful for. You could definitely cut out a Cricut decal if you have a Cricut, or even just use letter stickers. Hobby Lobby is one of my favorite places to buy letter stickers. Dollar Tree has them as well in a few colors. So, or you could even use transfers. Once that was done, you need some of the little wooden fall shapes from Dollar Tree. I just took some paint markers and added some accents. I opted not to paint these, but you certainly could. And then you're going to need something to attach these. A couple different options. I just used little round foam dots, the sticker dots, but you could use Velcro if you wanted to, especially if maybe you write on chalk on the jar and you want to reuse this from all the different seasons, then that's what I would recommend. I would write in chalk, I am thankful for, and then add your little Velcro pieces. And then for each season, you can erase that part and write your phrase with chalk, and then, you know, use the wooden pieces. So that's how you would make it multi-seasonal if you chose to do that. And then you just go in the week of Thanksgiving and just write something that you're thankful for. You could hang it on someone's door so that when they wake up in the morning, they see it. So just a cute little way just to kind of build somebody up. Grab a wooden tray for this DIY. I am using one that has the little pumpkins, but you certainly could grab any of the ones that they have in stock. I started by taking that brown wax that I absolutely love, and I painted the entire tray with the brown wax. When I was done painting it with the wax, I grabbed a baby wipe and just wiped off the extra. And then I found this really cute craft pad at Dollar Tree. It had all these woodland creatures, which I thought were great for fall, except for the owl. The owl just looks angry to me. You guys let me know in the comments. Do you agree? I don't know. And so I decided I wanted to pick one of these characters. I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do, if I just wanted to stick the piece of paper at the bottom, but I ended up just cutting out the fox because, I don't know, like the little feathers and the things floating about, I don't know, maybe it was just kind of spatial awareness thing. It was driving me nuts. So I just cut out the fox, took some matte Mod Podge, put a layer of that on there, and stuck it down to the bottom of the tray. And then I did coat over it again with some more Mod Podge. Wanted to add some ribbon detail to this. Now, originally I was looking for this orange and white like gingham ribbon that I had, but apparently I'm out of it and need to get more. So I just found another orange and white ribbon and started by burning the end of it so that I could get this attached. I used a little bit of hot glue, tacked it to the inside of the pumpkin, and then as I wrapped it around, I did tack it with some hot glue to keep it in place. And then once I got to the other pumpkin, I cut it and tacked it. So essentially it was two pieces of ribbon that I tacked all along the kind of center of the tray. I grabbed some half wooden beads that I had in my stash and some orange paint, and you'll notice that on my right hand I have one of those little finger glove thingies. I'm drawing a blank as to what they're called. That, you know, the chefs use when they cut their fingers open. Yeah. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna do a little finger painting. This will be fun. I'll put this on to keep my hands clean. Yeah, no, you'll look at this. Like, all my hands got paint all over the place. I might as well just have used my actual finger and not worried with that. But I had fun. So that's what's important here. So whether you finger paint or use a brush, totally up to you. Once they were painted, I flipped my tray over, took some hot glue, and attached each of these beads to the corners of the tray. Let's give one of these Dollar Tree windows a makeover. I started by popping off the Welcome to Our Home plaque. Then I used my heat gun to get a little bit of that glue off that was in the center. Then taking some of the Waverly White chalk paint and a bristled brush that was very stiff, I brushed it on there so that I could get kind of a distressed wood look of what I was going for, and it actually turned out really, really well. Now, this project, I actually had to pivot a little bit. I didn't realize until after I opened it out of the plastic that this window didn't have one of the little plastic inserts, because my original plan is I have some stained glass paint and I was going to paint leaves, like a fall scene on the glass, and make it look like a stained glass window. So since it didn't have that plastic insert, I pivoted and grabbed some of these felt leaves that came in a huge pack from Hobby Lobby. They've been in my stash probably for like 3 years and I still haven't used them all. And I just started to kind of arrange them on the back using hot glue to tack them all to the back of this window. Once the leaves were on there, I grabbed some of these leather words from Dollar Tree and decided to use the word thankful, and I just tacked it again with some hot glue to the front of it, and I kept this very, very simple. I do like how it turned out. I actually do really love all the fall colors, and hopefully I can find one that has the glass insert, because I really would like to try that stained glass project. And that wraps up another fall DIY video. Let me know which one of these projects was your favorite. Also, I was talking about Christmas villages, fall villages. I really want to start a Christmas village this year. I know they are pricey. If you have one, let me know what brand you have. I would love to know. Also, I'm also considering possibly making my own village, maybe doing a series across all of my Christmas videos. By the time I stop doing Christmas DIY videos, I've got a village. So let me know if that's something that interests you as well. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. Here are some more videos you might enjoy, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!